Did you ever think about how many blessings God can give you? Good morning, guys and girls. Here's our catch of the day for May the 6th. May the 6th. You know, we have an awful lot of people that's been signing up over there on the Jimmy Houston Outdoors YouTube channel. If you happen to be on Catch of the Day and you're not on Jimmy Houston Outdoors YouTube, make sure you get on that Jimmy Houston Outdoors channel also, because we post 4 videos every week. Sunday afternoon chat. We post one of our 2020 television shows. It shows on the Discovery Channel and CBS Sports and the Pursuit Network and WFN. We also post a brand new video every Wednesday and every Friday. So we post 4 times a week over there, in addition to the Catch of the Day every single day from the Catch of the Day book. We're going to be looking at 2 Corinthians 9:8. 2 Corinthians 9:8. And God can give you more blessings than you need. That's right. God can give you more blessings than you need. Then you will always have plenty of everything, enough to give to every good work. You hear what God's saying right there? I'm going to give you more blessings than you need. One of the reasons I'm going to give you more blessings than you need is so you will have enough to give to every good work. Let's see what I wrote about that. This might be kind of interesting. Over the years, we've held many events with the FOCAS group that required a lot of volunteer help. FOCAS stands for FOCAS, not US, FOCAS, Fellowship of Christian Angler Society. That was a group that I started back in 1983, a long time ago, at the BASS tournaments to begin with, to just simply have a Bible study. And that sort of mushroomed into a society that was called the Fellowship of Christian Angler Society. We held Bible studies at every single BASS tournament. They then started holding one at every single Bass and Gal tournament. I guess every Bass and Gal tournament that was ever held had a FOCAS meeting in it and a Bible study group. They started holding them at the FLW tournaments. I assume, and they still are doing them at BASS and FLW. I assume they're doing them at Major League Fishing also. I really have no idea. But that we held many events with the FOCAS group. That was our local FOCAS group there on Lake Tenkiller that required a lot of volunteer help. What a blessing it was to know that there was always be just enough volunteers to do what needed to be done. For tournaments, there'd be just enough prizes for the tournaments. For the Kids' Day, we would always manage to get just enough people to make sure everything went smoothly. And we held both of those events for well over 20 years. Our Kids' Day, we allowed 500 kids to participate. Took over 100 volunteers. Our tournament we had was a big tournament. Always had a couple hundred teams in it. Many hours went into the preparation, and there were times it just didn't look like we were going to come together. But listen to this. In all these years, we never, ever had a rain out for either event. I remember one time during the Kids' Day, it rained like 2 inches in Tahlequah, which is 10 miles up the road. 10 miles up the road. Never rained a bit. It just clouded over and made it real cool for our 500 kids and our 100 volunteers. God definitely was in control. That's why we had just enough volunteers, why we had just enough prizes, why we had just the right amount of kids, why we had just the amount of everything, is because God had always given enough blessings that we had enough to give to every good work. Our volunteers out there had enough to give. The companies we work with had enough to give. God was definitely in total control, and this is the key right here, the last sentence. He blessed the hands that were willing to work. So I look at that and I say, you know, I love God's blessings. I mean, I stand in expectation of God to do something magical and supernatural in my life all the time. I can't wait to see what He's going to do next. But He will bless your hands if they're willing to work for Him. FOCAS tournaments, Kids' Days, preachers' events, all the many things. We were willing to work for Him and see how He blessed our hands so we were able to do it. Wow, isn't that amazing? That's just absolutely... Now, that's maybe the best one of the whole year right there. I like the one we did yesterday also. I love them all. Here's our tip. Let's see what it says right here. Oh, golly, this is never more important than it. You know, keep in mind I wrote this book, you know, quite a few years ago. Take time to learn how to interpret your fish locators. That's right. Take time to learn how to interpret your fish locators. Never before has that been any more important than it is right now, because our electronics will do more than they've ever done in the past. And so take time to learn how to use it. Here's what I recommend on that. Go out and leave your rod and reels at home. I've tried so much to go out there and say, okay, I'm not going to fish hardly at all. I'm going to go out there and just learn more about my electronics, learn more about what a bass looks like, learn more about what a crappie looks like, what a shad looks like, what a catfish looks like. Learn more about a hard bottom, a soft bottom, maybe find a few secret spots that I didn't know about before on the lake. And I will do that for 15 or 20 minutes. And I say, oh, heck, I'm going to fish a little bit. And I start fishing, and so I don't learn nearly as much as I should. So the best way to learn about your electronics is to go out there without any rod and reels. Don't plan on doing it for a whole day, or you'll put that mother back on the trailer and go home. Go out there and try to do it for a couple hours in the evening, or a couple hours in the middle of the day, or a couple hours when the fish are really not biting very well anyway, and just use your electronics. Learn how to interpret them. They've got lots of tutorials now that are built right into your locators, so you don't really come with manuals hardly anymore. Nothing does, but it's all built right in there. So if you want to learn about what structure looks like, what fish looks like, you can actually go on there and it'll teach you right on there. And then plus, you've got people like me and lots of others out there that's got YouTube channels that are showing you how to run your particular brand of electronics. I run a Garmin. It's got the live scope, absolutely the most magical thing that's come out up to this date in fishing electronics, just where you can see out in front of your boat. You can see the bottom even in 2 and 3 foot of water. Guys and girls, learn to use those electronics, and remember, if you're willing to use your hands to help others, God is going to give you more blessings than you will ever need. Guys and girls, have a great one out there. I love you.